All right, so today, man, we're gonna go ahead and get into why I feel the iPhone 13 Pro is one of the most perfect smartphones out there. Yeah, I know you people gonna take perfect and get in your feelings. They're gonna read the title and you're probably gonna just dislike a comment, a negative comment, but just hear me out real quick. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Technically T, man, hitting y'all with another video. Happy Tuesday if y'all watching this on the day that I dropped it. Happy Tuesday. I know a lot of you Pixel people out there are ready for the Pixel. I am too, but today and for this video, we still talking about the iPhone, man, and the iPhone 13 to be exact. iPhone 13 Pro, not iPhone 13. That's an amazing as well. But why I feel like the iPhone 13 Pro is the perfect smartphone. Now, I know a lot of people, especially your Android fans, are going to come in here and say, but no, it's not. It still has. Look, we're not talking about that. Just hear me out because I'm talking more about the perfect iPhone. But in a way, yeah, I'm still talking about the perfect smartphone. So if you've been following me, you already know that I had the 13 Pro Max. Love that device. It's the battery bank champion, whatever you want to call it, man. I think it's actually, it's a tank. It is an amazing phone. But for me, I was like, you know what? I want to downgrade because last year when I had the 12 Pro, I loved it, but the battery life just couldn't get me past. It couldn't suffice to what the 12 Pro Max was doing with the battery. And I was like, you know what? It just doesn't cut it. Although I love everything else about it, although we had a little bit of an inferior camera to the Max version. So I ended up reverting right back to the Pro Max. So this year I had the 13 Pro Max and I was going to rock out with that. But then once I started using it, I started to get some of that big phone fatigue like I've been feeling for a little while. When it's coming to these phones, you know, these phones don't get no smaller. They just keep getting bigger. Started to get that big phone fatigue. And I was like, you know what? This year will be the perfect year to downgrade from the Pro Max down to the 13 because you're not losing that many compromises. So for me, that is the whole basis of this video of why it is the perfect smartphone for me, because you don't have compromises going from the higher Pro Max down to the 13 Pro. Now, I know some of you may be like, but T, you don't get the better battery life. You don't get that big screen real estate. Look, I have a 12.9-inch iPad Pro. I got an iPad over here. If I want a bigger screen, I can look at those devices. I got a Pixel 6 Pro coming. I got the big device, big screen when it comes to that. So for me, the 6.1-inch when viewing content has been perfectly fine for me. I have not wanted for no more when you are talking about viewing content when I have to turn it sideways. This has been doing just fine for me. Most of the time, I'm watching content and listening to it in the background anyway. So when it comes to YouTube, I don't need a huge, big monitor in my hand to watch content. This 6.1-inch screen has been perfect for me when we are talking about viewing content, and I haven't had a single issue with the screen. Now, I know some of you may be like, but yo, battery life, there's no way. You already know that Pro Max battery life is the best that's out there in the market. And you would be telling the truth. That is no lies. It's the battery champ. People hate when I say that, but let's just be real. Right now, it is the battery champ, and something can come knock it off the pedestal. But for me, the battery life on 13 Pro has been amazing. Like, it has been good. I can easily get through the day, albeit when I'm home in my house right now, I got a terrible signal. So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between that 1 to 2 bars. It's just what it is with me living in the sticks, man. But it's quiet. I see deer every day, and I like that. It could be worse in parts of Atlanta, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's good for me. It gets through the day. I know when I'm home it does drain a little bit, but when I take the phone out, when I go out and about, I see that the battery just does not move. It just does not go anywhere. I'm not turning 5G off. I'm not doing any of those things. Well, while I'm home, I turn 5G off. When I go out and about, I turn it back on because you can get some pretty good 5G out and about in the local Atlanta area. But for me, battery life has been an absolute beast. I have not wanted for any more when it's come to the battery life. And let's be real, honestly, that's the kind of reason why I was able to tolerate the Z Flip 3 when I had it. I'm sitting home all day. I don't need to have the super straight crazy battery life when I'm sitting home all day. And when I'm home, I tend to use my iPhone 13 just to browse, to tweet, and different things like that. So when I get into the nighttime, I pick up this phone and just power through it for the rest of the day. So battery life has been absolutely amazing. I have no issues when it comes to the battery life using the 13 Pro. Now, when we are talking about performance, we're talking about camera, we don't even have to talk about the A15 chip, all right? And this is really a review. This is just basically why I am telling you it's the perfect smartphone, because take this for an example. Take any manufacturer of any phone out there right now. When you look at their top tier model, as in the iPhone 13 Pro Max, compared to the S21 Ultra. Then you look at the phone that's below it, all right? Take the S21 Plus, iPhone 13 Pro. Now, some may say, no, you can go down to the 12, but no, I'm looking at it as in going to that 13 Pro. What manufacturer out there whether it's Google, whether it's OnePlus, whether it's Samsung, whether it's Xiaomi, any of those, that you're getting the same level of performance, same level of screen, same level of camera when you go down to the smaller model. And I'm pretty sure we can sit here and wait all day because I don't think it's anybody. And that's why I'm saying it is the perfect smartphone, man, because you can get this small, compact form factor, compact, however you want. You know what I'm talking about. You can get that small form factor right here and not feel like you're missing out on anything when you are talking about the 13 Pro Max besides the screen and the battery. This phone for 6.1 inches, no battery can even touch the 13 Pro when we are talking about battery on the second tier of phones is what I'm talking about. When you take the S21 Plus, for example, can it hang with the iPhone 13 Pro when it comes to battery life? We got the Pixel 6 coming. Let's see if it can hang. We got the OnePlus 9. Can it hang with this when it comes to battery life? I don't know. I haven't had those phones, but I literally do not know if it can or not. But that's why I'm saying, for me, I feel like the iPhone 13 Pro is the perfect smartphone because you get that sweet division between being compact and powerful, and you have everything that you need in a phone. I thought I was going to regret leaving the Pro Max, but since I got the Pro, I have not regretted it one bit, and I'm on record saying this, and y'all can screenshot this, you can record it, you can do whatever you want to do, but as long as iPhone keeps making their Pro Max versions and their Pro versions the same, I will never see myself going back to the Pro Max. And why? Because they just don't know how to do big phones. Sure, it's the big screen. Sure, it's the big battery. But how many of us really need a battery to sit there and last for 2 days? Depending on what occupation you're in, I 100% agree. And I know what you can do. You're not around a charger. But if they keep making them the same, as in they don't have any compromises with the camera, we know that they're not going to have any compromises with the screen or the performance of it because they rock all the same chips. The camera is the only thing that could potentially make difference. But if they keep going the same route that they did this year, not that crap they pulled with the iPhone 12, then the iPhone 11 was like this year where they were the same, just keep them the same and make the only thing difference is the battery and the screen size. And you will have a 13, 14 Pro, 15 Pro, 16, or 22 iPhone Pro user for the rest of your life because I don't need that big max. It's cool. It's amazing. But for my use, this thing right here has been amazing. I like the more compact feel. It's more comfortable in the hand. This is my opinion, the perfect smartphone because you get a compact size, you get the smaller, you get amazing battery life, you have a beautiful screen. I'm not even going to talk about the 120 hertz because I know a lot of snobs out there are going to say, well, you don't have 120 hertz. It's not reaching 120. It's reaching 117. Look. And I know all the apps aren't optimized. I sat there and went through each and every one of my apps. Out of maybe, I don't know, maybe like 40 or so, there were only like 3 apps that weren't optimized for 120 hertz. All the rest of them were buttery smooth, and I hate using that word. Y'all know I hate saying that, but all of the rest of them were completely fine. So for me, and there were apps that I do not use every day, travel apps, airline apps, something like that. So stop the noise, all right? Just give it credit when it's due. The iPhone 13 series and especially the 13 Pro series are some solid devices, hands down. Pound for pound, one of the best phones out there on the market. Once again, that's subjective. iPhone people, Google Pixel people, Xiaomi people, Fold people, whatever you want to call it, I get it. But for me, the iPhone 13 Pro is that perfect sweet spot. Is that perfect sweet spot. And I just feel like it's the perfect smartphone out there, especially if you are looking for an iPhone. If you don't want to step it up and don't want to get that huge Pro Max, then just rock with the 13 Pro. You have zero compromises. And I just look forward to see what they do with this smaller Pro model going forward, especially when we're talking about battery life, when they're able to get rid of the notch. Although I don't know if they're going to get rid of the notch since they just went out there and put it on their MacBooks. But that's a whole different situation right there, man. So yeah, that's just kind of my quick commentary. I wanted to kind of say that because I have been really enjoying the 13 Pro. I have no regrets. You will see this Sierra Blue 13 Pro on the channel until the iPhone 14 pops up because I'm not going back to the Pro Max. You guys have my word on it. But yo, let me know in the comments what you got. What do you feel like is the perfect smartphone? Let me know in the comments down below if you have a 13 Pro, if you went from a Max to a Pro. Also, let me know that in the comment section down below. And you already know, man, do all the YouTube things. I meant to say this in the very beginning or in the middle so y'all can kind of have a action, but do the YouTube things, man. Hit that like and definitely hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on so you don't miss out on any of these future commentary videos or accessory videos that we got going for the iPhone 13 series. But until next time, y'all, please be safe out there. Catch you on the next one. Later.